People were expecting the Kenyan stars to have already completed the Olympics campaign this time out, but COVID-19 happened and things had to change. So 2021 will be the year that Kenyans will be expected to star in the Tokyo Olympics. The question is the Kenyan side ready to go to Tokyo? Yes. Others will argue, others will say no, we still need much more time to practice. But the president himself of the National Olympics Committee of Kenya, and that is Paul Tergat, is saying that I'm adamant, I'm confident that we have everything set and ready, and all teams need to go back to the training pitches because we have to be ready for the action in Tokyo 2021. Coronavirus pandemic has affected a lot of people in a very, very different way. But in regards of sports, so what will be your general take? How has Kenya been affected and how are we moving on at this particular time?
Thank you very much. The only thing that I want maybe to say is that this COVID-19 has really affected not only, this is a global pandemic which has affected all our lives in many ways, and especially all of us, especially us that were also in sports. We are really affected so much, especially now that even our Olympics that we were actually anticipating maybe to participate in the 2020, but now that's been pushed to 2021. But all said and done, I want to say that we believe that all will be well, and this thing is going to lift it up so that we can be able to resume our normal lives as soon as possible. The biggest problem that I want to say is that as much as we are now easing off in terms of sports resumption and all that, but we still have a very strict protocols in terms of resumption and all that, so that we can be able to participate in sports. But this is COVID. We need to take it serious. And we have to abide by the rules that's been put by the government and through the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Sports.
Talking about COVID, I know different players have been affected in a different way. The Kenyan athletes who are preparing for the Olympics, some of them, the teams have not yet gone back to full training. Individuals have been training. Do you think we are preparing well as we expect to start and hope for the best?
I truly hope that, especially non-contact sports, I believe that maybe these ones that they can be able maybe to continue because we want in 2020 if all goes well, so that we can, by the time we are going to compete in Tokyo, we want to make sure that we don't go and participate, but we want to go and compete for the country and bring more medals for our nation. And I believe that this is where we are, and I believe we can be able, all of us, see to it that we facilitate these sportsmen so that they can be able to resume their trainings as early as possible.
I know just in accordance and still planning for the Olympics. I know the rugby team you've organized as NOC, they will be going to train in a high altitude area. How important is this, and will we ensure that everybody that will be going to participate and compete in Olympics at least get a stable and something good in regards to their training and facilitation to the same?
Yes, especially the team sports, rugby, volleyball, these team sports, we really want maybe to see to it that all of them, they have to pick up as soon as possible also, so that, as you have said about rugby, we need them as soon as possible so that to be back in training as soon as possible, so that all of us, we can be able to have, because they have already qualified. And we cannot say that we are still trying to qualify. They have already qualified. And we want our team to go and represent the country well. Yep.
Talking about doping, a big menace in the country, and our athletes seems again to continue in that road of being dopers. How does this affect the face of the country?
Very unfortunate that we are in this catch-22, whereby we are all working in terms of all this, in terms of corona and all that. There are still also small elements of even in any society, you will always find one or two who are actually, and these are the kids that we want to make sure that these sportsmen, they should not be able to spoil the name of this country. We are all working so hard to make sure that we have a country that is respected also outside there. As I said, all of us, some of us that we are sitting in IOC, we are sitting in high-profile organizations, we are being respected outside there. But we don't want small things that can be able to spoil our name also as a nation.
Plenty is still happening in the world of golf here in the country, and at the Sigona Safari Tour leg, it was all about David Wahu, who was able to clinch